Hello folks, welcome to Metroid Monday, and this is going to be a video that's been nearly 4 years in the making. What you're seeing is an excerpt from my latest run of Metroid Prime, and I plan on making a series out of it as a follow-up to the big race that happened last month. Link in the description below if you missed it on Gilshank's channel. But that's going to be about all that's Metroid related this Monday, and it's going to be a little bit of a different tone. And quite a bit of a different tone than you've heard from me in a long time. Quick disclaimer, if you're offended by language or razor-sharp anger, turn the video off now. I don't give a fuck if you have a problem with my language or if you're a lousy parent who doesn't keep tabs on what your child watches. This is something that I've needed to get off my chest for a long time, years now, and I don't care in the least if it offends whatever strict-ass moral code you have, because it doesn't mesh with mine. You've been warned. Nonetheless, this is a message that I think everyone and their mother needs to hear, assuming they can stomach my tone. I'm going to give you a personal bit of history. 6 years ago, I started making videos about what I wanted, when I wanted, not giving a damn about what anyone else said or thought about it. I made videos about the games I loved, and I often ranted about the things that angered me. Didn't matter who or what it was. The fact was, this was my release. I loved games, and I'm a no-bullshit kind of guy, so I often had a lot of hostility that I needed to burn. And this channel was the release that I needed. But about 4 years ago, as I mentioned in my last video, I started getting civilized. My language didn't change much, but my tone and reason for making videos sure as fuck did. I started to think that I could make it on YouTube and be able to translate what I enjoyed so much into a livelihood. And that's when I made my other mistake. I listened too much to what other people said. Not only were my edges softening, but people around me were making me doubt what I wanted. I listened for years to the bullshit of naysayers and internet tough guys yapping their gums about how none of what any of us do is a real job and how we sell out for money or whatever else in God's name they use as an excuse to bash us. The successful ones? Josh Jepson, Chugga Conroy, Nintendo Capri Sun, and all the other big hitters? Those guys don't bother to listen. They don't have time to listen. I did. I was torn between my desire to do what I wanted and my newfound need to not step on any toes because I wanted to make it like those guys did. Here's the difference between me and all of them. I'm not a nice guy. I don't pretend to be. I like good people, and all of those guys are good people, but there's an incessant need that I have to put all of my critics in their place. I don't do it by calling out each one individually like some of the very people I've ranted about in the past. And I'm sure some of the very long-time fans remember. But I do build it up and let it all out in one very angry, very focused rant at a time that some people find epic, others find completely crazy and overly aggressive. Whichever that is in your case, I honestly don't care. It's your opinion, and it means absolutely fucking nothing to me. Here's the message that I do want to get across. I've heard the arguments and insults numerous times over the years, not just directed at me, but at others as well. I'm going to say it now. Those people didn't sell out. If at some insane point in time, I get to a level where I can make videos of my stress release and make a living off of it, that's not selling out. No, let me tell you what selling out is. Selling out is doing something that you don't want to do, selling your morals or belief or your own fucking pride just to get a paycheck. If you work a job you hate, you sold out. If you're wearing a corporate logo that's someone's brand other than your own, you sold out. If you wait on customers who grade on your sanity or bust your ass physically to earn a living and hate it, you sold out. Doing what you love for a living is the complete opposite of that. If you're making an argument against it, it's just because you don't have the wherewithal to try and accomplish it yourself, and you want to bring the others who are trying to do it down into the misery that you're in. So if at some point you've said to me or my peers who bust our asses to put out content for people because it's something we like doing, if you've said, oh, you're not working a 9 to 5, get a real job and be a contributing member of society, here's a news flash. I have. And they all have. I'm sick to death of faking a smile and kissing a customer's ass, or even worse, physically hurting myself with whatever menial bullshit I've sold myself out to in order to pay the bills each month. And you should be sick of it too. For God's sake, when did it become sacrilege to do something you wanted to do for a living? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who like customer service or physical work, because there are, and they're bigger people than me. But we're all unique, and we all should be chasing what we want like a rabid fucking dog. Not giving up or settling for less. Misery is no way to live, and misery is no way to want other people to live. So if you're one of those many people that have bashed me or others like me for chasing what we enjoy as a way to live life, no matter how silly or inane you think it is, it means the world to us. If you're one of those people, number one, fuck yourself. Number two, take a good long look at your life, and I'm sure you'll find a bunch of misery that you've let yourself get complacent with. A relationship you're in, or a job you have, I'm sure there's something there that's making you absolutely miserable. But unlike your stupid idea of wanting the misery to spread, I'm gonna give you some advice. Wake the fuck up. Find out what's making you unhappy and fix it. Or at least work to fix it. Maybe then you'll appreciate guys like me who are working tooth and nail to try and make it doing what we love. Or maybe you'll be inspired by the guys who are at the next level. The guys who've made it. The guys who are living the dream right now. I'm going to conclude this video by saying that I want as many people as possible to see this, and not for some stupid reason like YouTube views or to build up the likes bar, but because I want as many people as possible who are feeling the misery that I have for so long to actually wake up and try to make strides towards leaving that misery behind. So spread the word around, show this to anyone you think might be miserable with something, and maybe, just maybe, I'll make some sense to a handful of people out there who might take what I'm saying to heart and actually succeed. All I know is that 4 years ago, I started watching what I said for ridiculous reasons and worrying about the opinions of others, and now those days are gone. It's time for this series of videos to finally become the release that it used to be for me.